Hello everyone, welcome to today's Downtown Development Authority meeting for March 13th, 2025. We're going to call the meeting to order with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, what we're going to do for roll call, we're just going to go down the line here and introduce ourselves, and then just say present, and then I'll list off who is not here currently. So Joyce, if you want to start, go ahead.
Al Pryor, Brian Foster,
Lucas Diver,
Gabe Coleman,
and we are currently missing Jason Jindo, Phil Vrazel, and Ryan Retzlaff. And we also have in attendance Mark Matthey and Lucy Fortin from Mannequin Smith here. All right, on to the approval of the agenda. Did everybody get a chance to look it over today? If so, I obviously made it here, so I'm going to make a motion to approve today's agenda for March 13th, 2025.
I'll second.
All right. All in favor? Aye.
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 So moved. All right. Approval of the minutes for February 13th, 2025 meeting. They're attached here. Somewhere here. Here we go. I read through them. I didn't see anything wrong with anything, so I'll make the motion to approve the minutes for the February 13th, 2025 meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 So moved. All right, invoices. Invoices. We're going to start with the Mannequin Smith one. It is the invoice number 129900 for the dollar amount of $1,923.50. And it looks like it is just the engineering fees for Lucy and Mark and all that. Is that correct?
Yes.
That is correct.
If you want a little more information.
Yes, please.
It's updating. Dan Healu was the one who updated the signal cost for the budget, and then meeting times essentially, and me doing the updating your informational meeting.
Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, Lucy. All right, I'll make the motion to approve the $1,923.50 to Mannequin Smith for the invoice of 129900.
Second.
All right, we'll go voice approval. Joyce?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Gabe?
Yes.
Lucas? Yes. So moved. All right. Next one here, we have the MLS property maintenance. It is for $900 flat, and the invoice number is 21823. It looks like this was the couple days of snow we got back in February, where it kind of came back to back there, the 13th and the 16th. They did their normal plow and the salt on the passageways there. I'll make the motion to approve the $900 to MLS Properties for the invoice of 21823.
Second.
Voice approval, Joyce?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Gabe? Lucas? Aye. So moved. All right, Consumers Energy is next. This one is for the $56.93. It's the address of 3458 Stearns Road. This is just our normal electricity bill coming from consumers. So I'll make the motion to approve the $56.93 for the 3458 Stearns Road over to Consumers Energy.
Second.
Voice approval, Joyce?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Gabe?
Yes.
Lucas? Yes. So moved. All right, and the last one, consumers as well, just a different address. This one is the dollar amount of $124.54. This is the service address of 3305 Stearns Road in Lambertville. This, again, same Consumers Energy one that we typically always get. I'll make the motion to approve the 124.54 to Consumers for the 3305 Stearns Road.
Second.
Voice approval, Joyce?
Yes.
Al?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Gabe?
Yes.
Lucas? Yes. So moved. All right. And then our financial update, our current 494 fund has roughly about 1.3 million in it, and then our 248 fund adds another 230,000 to that. We do have a big chunk coming out here with one of the projects that we are going to be doing, but with that, we will also get another tax increment here in June, right? June or July? June?
Yeah.
Yep. So that's our financial update. So on to the old business. The informational meeting. We want to start it off with that and get things going? Let's do it. I'm going to take this off and head my way over.
You can speak from your.
Yeah, because I'm going to do that on Tuesday night. Oh. So I don't want to, be just a pain in there, Yep. Creature of habit. Yeah, that's right. Can you guys all see it? Everyone think good on your screen? All right. My name is Lucas Diver. I'm here to do the 2025 informational meeting for the DDA. Here to explain what the DDA does for the township and so on and so forth with that. I'm the chairperson of the DDA, and I have been for roughly the last 2 years, and I've been a part of the DDA since 2020. So I'm just going to go through the slideshow, give you guys a little history, and then this will be then repeated again on Tuesday night at the township meeting as well. All right, so to start, the history of the DDA. This was formed back in 1996, and it was there to widen the roads at Secor and Stearns. This was done to improve travel and reduce accidents. That project was then completed in the year 2000, with the DDA being reapproved in the year 2010. With that, we have now been going on since then, and that was approved or reapproved to work on the connectivity, the economic growth, and everything that we've kind of done here in the DDA. The next slide here is just a picture, and it's not 2025, but it's a picture of 1990 and 2021. So you can clearly see there has been quite a bit of growth in the last, that's the 21 years, but it'd be about 25 years. Big difference between those two pictures. So our authority is derived from the Public Act 57 of 2018, which allows us to capture the incremental growth of local property taxes, which then we use to do everything that we do. And I'm not going to get too far into that right now, because later on we're going to go into a list of things that we have done and plan to do in the future. But with that incremental growth of property taxes, we use that money, and there's a board that makes the decision, which obviously is sitting with me here today. With that board, we have DDA residents, we have people having property or business interests in the DDA, and then we also have the township supervisor as well, a part of that. What we can do, so this is the DDA, what we can do, kind of like I was saying, I wasn't going to go too far into it, because here's a list of things that we can do. So for example, we can do road improvements, we can acquire property, we can do things with the public parks, street improvements, there's the list. Like I said, we're going to get into that later of some of the things that we have done and plan to do in the future, so you'll get a better idea of everything that we have planned. The township's board relationship with the DDA is a big one. Couple of things that we do with the township is, one, we have to prepare and submit a budget every year that we are going to use X amount of dollars, and we have to show that to the township and get that approved. The next thing is the approval of the plan and the financing. So we get a TIF, or a tax increment financing plan, that is approved from the township every year. And lastly, the approval of the members. We all appoint the members here, so us sitting in these chairs have done that. But then after that, the township has to approve of them. So we try to pick people that we think are going to be good for this board, but then it gets ran by the township to make sure that everything is all square and good to go. All right, our vision and goals. There's a lot of writing on this slide here. I'm going to go kind of 1, 2, 3, but they all kind of blend together here. The first one here, we're talking about, we want to be able to get people to the area. We want to have an inviting and attractive area for people to come eat, come shop, come hang out with friends, families, whatever it may be. But we want to have it a nice area where people want to show up here and want to come. With that, when we do these things and make these improvements, we try to do it as green as possible. So you'll see later on we have a couple things that are green related, and we try to do everything as green as we possibly can. And then the last thing kind of relates to number 1, but is to promote economic growth. You know, we talked about people coming here and to eat here, to shop here, to hang out here. But we also want to bring new business owners in here. We also want to bring the people that live here to help improve what we also already have. You know, so those are our 3 kind of main goals and visions of the DDA. Here's the accomplishment list of everything that we have kind of done here. So this is getting back to what I said I kind of skipped through earlier. These are certain things that we have done. And what I'm going to do, there's a list here, but I'm going to slide through. I'm going to talk about one or a few individually because each one has its own slide here. So to start, the one that doesn't have is the Secor Stearns roadway and intersection improvement. So that was the very first original thing that started the DDA, and that's what widened the 4 corners, the Secor and Stearns 4 corners. Next thing we acquired in 2008, we did the Pearl Albert Green Park. So we have the park in front of Kroger that we actually maintain and take care of. This is here to obviously remember Pearl Albert Green. Another thing we did is the decorative solar lights. You can see here, back to the green statement, we have these solar lights here. These are here just to light up the sidewalks, make it a little easier, make it a little better looking for the residents and the people around. The Old Buddies cleanup. Everyone kind of remembers, if you've been in this area for a while, there's a Buddies on the corner there, had some environmental issues, and we were able to help go in and get that cleaned up. So now it is the new corner with the RBs and all that on it. The roadway improvements, you can see kind of a small picture here, and I think that's in front of the Burger King. The curb approach repair. So a lot of those curbs were pretty damaged going in and out of businesses. We went through and we were able to repair most of them, get them looking nice, get them looking good. Some easements for sidewalks, but that was for the new construction of the sidewalks. We extended these sidewalks out, going up and down so that people can get from place to place, business to business, wherever they need to go, just that much easier. The pedestrian pods, the benches, the streets, the lights, the lighting, you'll see where the little purple pink stars are. There are the pedestrian pods. And there, I think there's there's a little bit of a picture from each one here I'm going to show you. So out in front of Walgreens there, the low fencing, the little benches with the trash cans and the flowers that we put throughout the community, the sidewalks. All of that has been stuff that we have done through the DDA, and with those, or what we plan on doing, is I'll get into here in a second. Some things that we can do are more that are not just things that we buy or do, are events. And so here's a list of things that we've kind of done that are not necessarily hey, we bought this or did this, but it's things that we plan on doing in the future and that have had good success. The first one, and the one that I'm mainly talking about, is the trunk or treat that is called the Boo Bash. So every October we throw a Boo Bash. It's in the Kroger parking lot. Most of us get a trunk in it, as well as other businesses in the DDA. And then we just have your typical trunk or treat. Great event. If you haven't come before, I highly encourage showing out, especially if you have a family. It's a great place for that. A couple other things just to go through real quick. We installed the Christmas decorations, so around November-ish time, you see the nice Christmas lights go up. That's what we do. We maintain the Pearl Arbor Green Park, so not only did we put it together, but we make sure it's looking good, mulch, mowing, whatever maintenance needs to be done, the pond there, everything along those lines. We added the speed traffic control, so when you're coming in and out of town, you see the red, hopefully it's not red, hopefully it's green, telling you that you're going good. Red means you're going too fast. Those as well, solar powered, so back to the green statement. We resurfaced Quail Hollow, so that whole subdivision there from connects Stearns and Secor, we went through and kind of made that whole road nice and clean now. And then the last two things, we conducted a survey of the business owners of what they kind of want and need or would like to see in the DDA. And lastly, we added these flock cameras, which the flock cameras have been a huge success. I'm not going to speak on the success of them, but I know the sheriff has contacted us a couple times telling us that they are a great thing for the community. They are on the Four Corners as well, and they pick up license plate readers that connect with different flock cameras all over the country to be able to help catch the bad guys, I guess, in a lack of better terms. Future projects, we have a couple things that we want to do, but there's one main one that we are working on currently and actually have been working on for the last 3-4 years now. And what it is we are going to be putting a traffic signal at the corner of Quail Hollow and Stearns and Quail Hollow and Secor. Like I said, we've been trying to do this for a couple years. We've had a couple hiccups, but we're moving along good now, moving along in the right pace. Both intersections have met the necessary traffic warrants. So kind of here to this next slide, if you've ever been in those corners between the hours of 7:30 and 9, and 4:30 and 6, there's a high traffic volume. Getting in and out, very dangerous, very hard to do. Pedestrian safety, the only way they can cross pedestrians right now is down at the Four Corners. This will give them access to be able to go right across the street right there, and then the same thing as well on the other side. And then, obviously, with the heavy traffic flow and high volume comes the accident history. I personally work right on that corner, and I see one a month, if not more. I know a lot of us do work in that area or live in that area. So it is a high accident-rated area. And then future things that we just want to do, we want to continue to work on the street lights, continue sidewalk improvements. We've had some talks of doing different things. We just got to come up with a few ideas, and we're always looking for ideas. So if you want to come to one of our meetings and let us know certain things. We want to help plant stuff at the Pearl Arbor Green Park, keep maintaining that, make that even bigger and better than we can make it now. As well as continuing to do our sponsored events. We want to be able to do the Boo Bash, maybe acquire some vacant property if there is any available in the future. And then lastly, just encourage the business owners to enforce the ordinance and improve repairs and all that. Basically what we mean by that is just keep the DDA looking nice. It's a place where we all live, work, travel through every single day. So we want to make that place looking nice, whether it's the back of the business, front of the business, roadways, curbs, street lights, so on and so forth. That's what the DDA is here for. So that's basically all I have. We will do this again on, is it this Tuesday?
We're going to discuss that.
All right, we're going to discuss that. So potentially Tuesday at 7. If not, it'll be at a later date. But thank you. That's all I got.
Awesome.
Thank you. All right, so that was A of the old business. B is the update on the traffic light agreement. So Al, I know you and I talked the other day. I'll let you kind of take over on this one, and we can all kind of chime in as we go here.
Phil Goldsmith and I had a meeting with Pat McGowan, the bond attorney. and we're real close. Phil is talking to the road commission, because the way we need to do this is that, if they're going to charge us every year to do the maintenance, then we could set money aside every year for future maintenance. If the DDA, and Pat McGowan was fine with this, if the DDA were to become non-existent, okay, that money becomes surplus funds, and it's owed to the road commission. So that would be considered a surplus fund. That would then go to the road commission, and then they would take over the maintenance from there. So as long as they're good with that, Phil Goldsmith was good with it, Pat was good with it, so we should know on that pretty quick.
So for that, we basically have to find out the dollar amount that the maintenance is going to cost, and then, what X amount is there, and then put aside maybe the same amount every year again.
Yeah, it could be, or once that builds up, and if, we can earn some interest on it and so on, and then, then the road commission can say, hey, we're pretty happy with that.
Perfect.
And then, so we're pretty close. It was a good meeting, let's put it that way.
Okay, good.
There wasn't a bunch of obstacles put in front of us.
Right.
It was like, here's how you can do it.
Okay.
Al, did they give you a number that you need to put aside every year?
No, that's what Phil's got to find out, what the road commission wants.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So that's where we're at. It really shouldn't be too bad, in terms of maintenance.
No. When we met with the road commission, they were talking about, and I wish I remember the numbers or had it written down, but I don't. But whatever they were saying, it wasn't like a huge surprise to me. It wasn't like, oh, wow, that's, crazy numbers.
Exactly.
It seems pretty feasible to be able to do that. Cool.
So I was encouraged.
Cool. Awesome. So yeah, we'll keep working on that, and then I think by potentially next meeting, hopefully, we kind of have some word on that, and we can kind of keep moving on and go from there with it. So with that, I'll let Mark and Lucy take the floor. We always put a Mannequin Smith update in here, so I don't know if you guys have anything to add.
Not really. We're kind of waiting, right? Yeah. We're just simply waiting on the next step. However, yeah, go ahead.
In thinking about having that agreement in place, I would say once we're getting down to the wire on it, or getting to the point where we're pretty confident that it will be signed and finalized, I think at that point we're comfortable sending the project out for bid. And then while that final approval and going back to the boards and getting all the signatures and everything, we can have that out for bid. And if for some reason there's a hiccup or an issue and the agreement doesn't get finalized, we can just reject the bids. But I think at least once we know that we're pretty comfortable that we're going to have an agreement in place, we can start that process, because as you know, the sooner we start that, the sooner we can lock in pricing, the sooner we can have the contractor on board, and the sooner the project can be implemented. So hopefully by next month we'll have pretty good guidance and we can get it finalized, prepared, ready to go.
So do we then, say after next month, we get that agreement done and everything, then you guys are just going to send that out and we'll wait back to hear? How long will that take, I guess, is my...
I'd say...
Do you guys not know either?
Once we have it ready, I guess that would be the thing. Do we want to finalize the bid documents and get it prepared so that all we have to do is change some dates in that document? And we can do that over the next few weeks.
Oh, okay.
But once we send it out for bid, I would probably advertise it for 3 to 4 weeks.
Oh.
And then another week to prepare a recommendation to, the awarding entity for your approval. So I would say from start to finish, it's probably a 2-month process to actually have it approved at a DDA meeting.
Perfect. No, that's good.
The other thing we could do, let's say Phil gets back, boom, road commission, they're ready to sign, we're good. We can always hold a special meeting on that topic so that we could vote to move forward, so that we could cut the...
Yeah, kind of push it along.
Yeah, push it along a little quicker.
Yeah. I like that idea. Yeah, so whenever we hear it, I say we do that, unless it is couple days before the meeting, then we'll just kind of wait it out. But yeah, let's plan on doing that if we need to do that. So
we'll finalize the bid documents and have them ready if you so choose, or you're comfortable at your next meeting, you can authorize us to put it out for bid.
perfect. Yeah, that works. Awesome. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, go ahead, Lucy.
And this is in regards to the informational meeting. I don't know if this is the right time to talk about it. Whether or not we're having it on the 18th, and I guess I'm looking for guidance on whether or not, Al, you feel like we should have that meeting on the 18th.
Personally, since it's not on the agenda, I don't think we should, because this is an important presentation, and I don't really like adding things like this at the last minute. I just think we should push it off one meeting, and so that the public has it, your presentation's out there, the whole 9 yards, and you did a good job. I wouldn't say keep your day job, but don't, but you did a good job. You did a good job. I just think it would be better that it's on the agenda, so.
So do we want to consider then April 1st?
That would be our next meeting. Is that our next meeting?
I believe that's the next township board meeting.
Is that what we have?
And then by then, we might be able to,
To have some other news.
yeah, right, we might be able to do more with the traffic light by then, by April 1st.
And I'm not sure I understand when we think the agreement language will be ready.
That should be, if the road commission signs off, because the attorneys, I wasn't here when you guys started all this, but I think the attorneys hashed a lot of that out already.
Okay, so
On
that's in the
yeah,
works,
I think they
or
did.
is that?
Yeah, the only part of the agreement that we had a hiccup on was the part of like what we pay for versus what the road commission pays
Right.
for and all that. So going back to what Al said earlier, I think that kind of squashes that, and that's really it was that last paragraph of the agreement that's kind of holding us up. So,
Okay, no, I'm just not sure who holds the Word document even, so
right now,
yeah.
I have a copy here, but
But does Phil have it?
yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I just want, because also we weren't really privy to all that.
Yeah, so we've gotten it like back and forth about 2 or 3 times now, where we sent it to, or Phil sent it to the road commission
Okay.
sent back, and
Just making sure.
yeah, we're good there. So
Okay.
perfect. Thanks, Lucy. All right, you guys all set, Mannick Smith, with everything good there? Perfect. And then lastly, on our old business to talk about today, we have the Linda Flick Memorial follow-up. I'll let Al kind of take this one over. He's been working on this one here.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting because I went to an outdoor show, and I met a gentleman from Adrian, and it's kind of crazy because when you're going to outdoor shows, sometimes there's other vendors that you don't even think about, okay? Well, he's in Adrian, and I can pass this, if you want to look at that first choice. He does engineered stones. We can literally design a stone like any way you want it. And it's pretty reasonable. So I met with him. He's going to come up with some designs for us. He walked the park. He took some pictures. So he's, we looked at a couple different spots in there. So you want to pass that down too, Brian? So he's going to, and they're pretty reasonable in terms of the pricing compared to like granite and things of that nature. He was very reasonable, and he's in Adrian. Just one of those things, you look around for people to do stones. It's not the easiest thing to find, or it's granite and it costs you $10,000 to $20,000. So that's where we're at with that. So
What were we planning on putting on that stone?
we're open.
Oh.
We haven't decided what to do, and he can do it any way we want it.
Okay.
You can have a removable plaque so that, if you want to add, he can design it where you can just do a nameplate and add it and have one saying on there, that would kind of appeal to everybody. So we're totally flexible.
Yeah, these are cool. I like that. So he's just going to come up with like a couple ideas for us,
Yeah.
and you'll bring them to next
Yep,
meeting.
give us some
and
designs and
Yeah, I like
see what
that.
we think.
Cool. Cool. So yeah, we'll wait for next meeting but I like this idea. These look kind of cool.
Can we get him in here next meeting so we can finalize it?
I could talk to him, yeah. Because it's just an Adrian, doesn't take me long to get here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, if we can get them in and then if we could talk about the ideas while we're here and
Yeah.
all that, that'd be.
Could do that.
Then he can kind of throw his.
Of everything we looked at, this is like the most affordable, local,
Right, yeah.
not getting shipped in, so.
Yeah, kind of a no-brainer there. Nice. Cool. Yeah, we'll talk about him, or we'll have him in next meeting if you could
Yeah,
let
I'll
me
call
know
him.
if he's going to come, and then I'll add him to the agenda. And then we'll go from there and hopefully get that finalized. And maybe, does he say how long it takes?
Doesn't take them that long to
Really?
do them.
It
Yeah.
could be up by summertime or
Oh,
something
yeah,
like that.
yeah.
Nice. Awesome. That'll be cool. That'll be awesome. All right. You good on that, Al? Anything else to add for that?
Nope, I would just kind of go back if we could just for a second. Are we all agreeing on the first meeting in April 1st for the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. So either Lucy or Mark, one of you two probably be there, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if any of you guys want to show up, it'd be nice to see friendly faces in the crowd for me to help me out a little bit. First one, so. Awesome. All right, so new business. I always put brainstorm new ideas here on the agenda. I really don't have anything. I don't know if you guys have anything. I know our main focus is on this light right now. But if you have something, you got something?
I did look up the fireworks that we talked about a couple meetings ago, and I talked to the guy that does. Well, I didn't talk to the guy that actually sets them up, but the guy that paid for it at the quarry in Perrysburg.
Oh yeah, okay.
And they do a. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but their fireworks show goes on for like an hour, and then they told me the cost of that would roughly be between $20,000 and $30,000.
Cool. I guess I didn't realize how.
But you don't have to do an hour show, is what he was saying. He's saying people at the quarry basically go way overboard. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm going to find out more information on that, what it would take, what the restrictions are, where we could actually do it, where we can't do it, and
Okay.
whether we could get, local businesses to actually help with the cost of that.
I'm just writing this down quick. Awesome. All righty. Anybody else have any new ideas? I like that one though. If you could get some more info on that and let us know. All right. If we don't have anything else here, comments from the public. No comments? Cool. All right. Comments from the board? Nothing from anybody?
I would just like to say,
Microphone. Oh, sorry.
Jason's talking about the fireworks. Even if we didn't do anything this year, we should look at the following year, because that's the 250th anniversary. And I know people are starting to look, because I know we're starting to look, and that would be a really cool time to put on some kind of event down there for the celebration.
I mean, I've been to the quarry like the last 3 years, and it's one of the best displays I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
and I mean,
Yeah.
'cause everybody, because we're looking for just overall in the county, like how many fireworks places, that are going to happen. And everybody, because like I've already talked to Erie, talking to Whiteford, we're all talking about like, how can we like blow this thing up? Really? Yeah, so this could lead right into it for doing something there.
Okay.
All right, if we don't have any more comments from the board, I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting. Can I get a second on that, please?
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved. All right, see you all, well, hopefully April 1st for the township meeting, but our next meeting is April 10th, 2025. Same time, same place. Thank you.
It would be good to